Everybody said dropshipping was dead, so I decided to give it a test myself, and 30 days later, I took one of my first stores ever from 0 to 10K a month. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down step by step everything that I did, including the sourcing, the product itself, even the ads that I ran, and also how I built my store so you can copy me exactly how I did it. All right, guys, so this was the store that I used to get my first ever 10K month with dropshipping, which was pretty amazing. I'm going to be breaking down literally everything. You could see here at the tabs at the top of my Chrome extension here that I'm literally going to be breaking down every single detail. Now, if you stick with me from beginning to end, I'm also going to reveal why I actually didn't take the store much farther and some of the mistakes I made along the way that you can use to avoid making the same mistakes and even make more money. So I also would recommend, as a quick disclaimer, it probably wouldn't make the most sense to go grab this exact product and go try to scale it. If you want to, be my guest, feel free to try it. But I actually believe that there are better products out there, but you can use the same strategy that I did. It was actually really simple. So first, let's get into it. I have this store here called Livern. It's luxury toys. And the whole idea is these building bear bricks. Some of you guys may have seen these on TikTok, and that's exactly where I got the concept and idea from, which we'll break down in more detail. The store is using a theme called the Shrine theme, one of the most popular themes right now. It's one of the most high converting. They're actually going through an update right now, which adds in some really cool things. But right now, the base level of Shrine, one license, meaning one store that you can connect this to, costs $150. And I think it's worth every single dollar because it's by far the cleanest looking store. And it actually offers other add-ons like the bundle deals, comparison tables, before and after slides. It's not just a theme. There's a lot of other things it does. Even upsells, right? It even has one-click upsells, which is really cool, which is really important for just getting people to spend more money and making you more profitable. So this is a store. I have, I believe, 23 different SKUs or different variations of these building bear bricks. And they're kind of a mixture of Legos and like Hype Beast, like those cause bricks, if you've ever seen those. So it kind of uses two different audiences and clashes them into one. People that just like building Legos and people that like design, right? Because this isn't just something you just build and throw to the side. You can put this up as an art piece or a statement piece in your room or whatever. So pretty cool, right? But honestly, I don't think I did a good job building this website. Again, this is like one of my first ever products I ever tested ever. And this is well before I knew anything about actually how to build good stores. By the way, just so you guys can see here, this is the data on the store itself. So you can see from the 1st to the 28th, 10K. If I were to expand out the dates a little bit, I believe would be even more than that. But in this small window of time, which is actually less than 30 days, as you can see here, we did 10K in sales. I still have a little bit of money left over that's being held. If you scale a little too quickly or make a lot of money in a short period of time, Shopify will hold some of your payments and put it on hold just in case if there's any chargebacks or refunds, they can withdraw it from the withholding balance versus trying to get it back from you. But yeah, here we go, man. We did pretty good here overall. And as you can see here on some of these numbers, right, like I believe I started testing this, yes, around here. Actually, no, I think I started testing this because I had another product. Yeah, I had started testing it right around here. And on day one, we got 100 and, we got pretty much two orders, $119. Seems like someone bought it. I forgot exactly if they just bought a 2-pack bundle, or we got two separate orders. But basically, like the numbers were looking good, right? We're doing some light tests, and as you can see, there are some days in these light tests where we'd get like no sales. Sometimes that was me like launching new ads because I just was messing around and stuff like that. But after I figured out what the winning ad was, I started to really ramp things up. As you can see here, started to really ramp things up. And we went from like literally $64 on the 15th to like 3 days later, 1K day. Right. So like we really got things to really start moving quickly. And we were able to do that 10K really fast. And then we did as much as $1,300 in a day, 1,000. And yeah, we were just going good. And I'll share with you guys in a moment why I stopped running this campaign. But yeah, this is all it really was, man. I mean, there was nothing too crazy here. Just imported some videos from TikTok. Just grabbed some reviews from AliExpress. These reviews are horrible. Like looking back at this now, like I'm working on a new store and a new brand and a new product. And like looking back at this is so bad. Like I could have done such a better job with this. I could have done such a better job with this. I could have translated these. But yeah, this just looks pretty compared to in the moment it was, it was fine. But now looking back at this, I'm looking at this, I'm like, dude, this is horrible. I could have done such a better job. Like the stores that I build now is just way better than this. But it just goes to show you, like, you don't need to like have the craziest store. You just really need some good marketing and a good product. So yeah, like that's really it. And yeah, this is a store here. So how did I find this product? Oh, this is also important here. Bundling, AOV bundling, right? So there's also a couple things that I like to do. When running ads, the goal for you is to try to get as many customers to spend as much money as possible. Like get one customer to spend as much money as possible. So a few things that I did is I added, and this looks so much better on mobile, by the way, but I added a couple things. One, it costs, there's an additional cost. If you buy one unit of this, there's an additional cost for shipping. I believe it's like $5.95. If you want to avoid the shipping, I incentivize that you buy two, plus you get 15% off. And then the same thing here with, buy three. Some additional things I could have done is like throw in like a gift or some upsell items. I didn't bother doing that because I was just kind of trying my best to scale the product. But if I add two to that and then I hit checkout here, there's a couple other things that I do as well. I have like this tip system, and I actually got a couple tips, which was really cool. So people, if they feel like they like the brand and the messaging, they'll give you a tip. Like, hey, on top of what I've just paid, I want to give you a little bit of additional money just to support your brand. So I got that as well. And this is basically what it is, right? This is all the store was. And I'll get into the ads that I ran, but before I get into that, I'm gonna show you how I found this product. All the tools and everything that I use, by the way, will be in the description of this video. So everything that I'm using, you can go in the description of this YouTube video and go find. So I use this tool called Kalodata. I've talked about it multiple times now. And basically, we get to look and see what are viral products that are going crazy right now on TikTok. This is so powerful because not only do we get to see what the numbers of the stores or the product is doing, right, in revenue, but we also get to have a bunch of videos that we can literally just download and upload to Facebook ads. That's literally the game plan, guys. So one day, a few months ago, I was just kind of scrolling and looking through and trying to find different products until I came across this one right here. And I saw it. And at the time, when I did find it, this was back in middle January, early February-ish. Yeah, like let's just go like from... Let's do from January 12th to February. Yeah. They were doing like over $350,000 in revenue a day. So what I did is I literally came down here and I just downloaded the videos, the top performing videos. I could see which videos were performing the best. They had the most views and the most units sold. And I literally just downloaded these and loaded it up into a Facebook ad campaign. And all I did was just do a basic sales conversion campaign. And sorry if I was blocking that. All I did was a basic sales campaign. And I did a CBO, meaning campaign budget optimization, where I just throw a bunch of ads inside of one campaign and I set the budget at the campaign level. And I loaded up the 5 videos. And the best performing one, if we just do maximum, the best performing one was this one right here that spent the most money in this specific test, right? So if I just go on edit here, okay, I threw the link in, added some URL parameters, threw in some copy. Man, I'm so much better now at all this stuff. It's so funny because now I'm looking back, I'm like, man, I could have done such a better job with the copy, with a lot of things. But anyway, again, it just goes to show you don't have to be the smartest and most intelligent person to do this. You just need to know what you're looking for. And this ad got the most spend. And if I go here to, where am I looking for? If I go here to my story here, like as I started to learn what ad was performing best and was getting more optimized, it started to spend more and more and more and more and more. Okay. So it's really interesting to see how that all works out. And that specific ad, by the way, I believe was this one here, which correlates, right? Because it did really well on TikTok, and I ran that same ad and it did really well on Facebook as well. So that's really the crux of it. Now, one of the important factors that people struggle with is finding these products and being able to source these products and get a good supplier, right? So let's actually get into some of that, because I know that's one of the biggest questions. How do I get a supplier? How do I get this connected? How do I get it fulfilled and shipped out? I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So for now, or not for now, but when I first started supplying this and shipping this product out, I was using AutoDS. So as you can see here in AutoDS, all I had to do was just find the link on AliExpress and send it to my supply team at AutoDS. So step one in the process is really easy. All I did was I went into AliExpress and just typed in building bear bricks. And as you can see here, there's a SKU here. There's a couple other different SKUs here. Something I always like to do is just filter by orders real quick, just to see which one is doing the best. And at the best price. So I scrolled. I don't remember exactly which one. I don't remember which one exactly I went with. I believe it might have been this one. Think it might have been like one of these here. Yeah, this looks about right. Yeah. So what I did was then I just grabbed the link from AliExpress, and then I went to AutoDS and I said, hey guys, I have this listing here on AliExpress. I want you to be able to find the exact supplier and get me the best, most competitive price. So I grabbed the link, threw into AutoDS here, and then in about a day or so, they came back to me and found the best agent. So when I went into sourcing requests, if I go to sourcing requests here, I go to page like 2 of sourcing requests, or is it page 3? No, it should have been in like one of these pages here. This product here. Oh, it seems like they might have gotten rid of this listing. Oh, it's okay. So the price itself is cheap, but the shipping is crazy. So I sent it into AutoDS, and they came back a day later and said, hey, we found the product and we found the supplier. We can now communicate to them. Anytime you get an order on your website, we will communicate to them and send the information over to the supplier. All you got to do is just add a balance to AutoDS. As you can see here, I have a balance, and AutoDS will take money from my balance to pay the supplier in China and ship the product out to my customer in whatever country. So this is it, right? But here, if you take a look here, if I go to the United States, you can see here that it's cost $24.78 just to ship the product. And then there's another $3.92 to actually buy the product. So in total, it's $27 just to ship this product out to my customer, to pay for it and then to ship it. That was really ridiculous, and it was eating into my margins. So one of the reasons why I struggled to scale this is because my break-even ROAS was way too high. All right, so what is a break-even ROAS, right? So if we just go in break-even ROAS calculator, we can use this tool from Viral Ecom Ads, right? So if we look back at it again, if we go back to AutoDS, we'll call this $28. That's about what it was. So cost of good is the cost to purchase the product, which is $3.92, and then the cost to ship it. Those two costs together will give you this number, and then whatever you're selling it for. Now, keep in mind, on TikTok, this product was moving really well at $37.77. And on Amazon, I believe there's like one listing, and it's around that price as well. So this is the first issue I ran into. I'm selling this product higher than my competitor, way higher than my competitor is selling on TikTok. So one of the first things that I learned is that just because a product is going viral on TikTok doesn't necessarily, especially if it's not a problem-solving product, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go viral on Facebook, right? Especially when you're charging way more, right? People might look at this and say $37.77, that's not bad, I'll buy that. But then if they look at it at the price that I'm selling it at, which is $59.99, because I have to charge so much on top of that plus shipping, because I have to cover my margins. So look at this break-even ROAS, right? It's way too high. For reference, you want to be below a 1.5 break-even ROAS. And all that really tells you is that when it comes to running ads, if you're at a good ad campaign will sit you at a 2.3 or 2.4 return on ad spend. Meaning for every dollar you put in, you're getting $2.30 out or $2.10 out if it's a 2.1 ROAS. So the lower your break-even ROAS is, meaning the lower the money it requires for you to break even, this is the ROAS, this is how much money I would get a return on ad spend on. if I spend this, if I'm getting this return on ad spend, that means I'm breaking even. Anything below that, like if I'm, or anything more than that, if my ads are, sorry, anything below this, if I'm running ads, I'm losing money, right? So I need to be at this number or higher when it comes to running ads. So the lower this number is, the more wiggle room I have when it comes to my ad campaigns. And this was one of the first issues that I had, is that the product itself was almost the same price it costs for this person here to sell it on TikTok. Now, what's happening is that they're able to sell it way cheaper. I believe that they're sourcing this for way cheaper because they're doing wholesale, where they have a minimum order quantity, meaning they got to the same supplier that I got to, and they just ordered a bunch in bulk. And suppliers will charge you less per unit if you order more, in a sitting, right? So if I order 500 units, they'll, instead of charging me $28, they'll just charge me, 19. So that really drove me down through a rabbit hole where I was trying to find a better supplier. I started to feel like AutoDS was just charging me way too much more than everybody else. So through some connections and people I learned from, I found this tool called BS Dropshipping. So this has been my go-to supplier. I've since stopped testing this product. I've tested some other products, and I'm in the process of scaling a new brand now. And everything has gone through BS Dropshipping. I'm no longer using AutoDS. It's not that they're a bad service or tool. It's just that they're charging me way too much. So now if I go here into sourcing, and I did the same exact thing as I did with AutoDS, I went to them, and then I just literally went into quotations, and then I said, hey, find me this product and give me a price. Now, if we go to check the price here, the cost per unit is $7.40. But if we look at shipping here to the United States, it's $22. That is about, what, $6 cheaper? Which makes a massive difference. So the total now went from $28 to $22.92. So now if we change that number to $22.92, now my break-even ROAS is closer to 1.62. And remember, I'm also charging for shipping as well on a single unit. So if I add this to cart and just have one single unit here, just one single unit here, checkout, I am also charging for shipping, I believe. Let's just put a random, hold on, give me one sec here. All right, so I just put a random address, in. So I'm charging $4.99 for shipping, which is pretty solid. So if I throw that in here now, so if I add the shipping, so it's like $64.98. Now my break-even ROAS is right around where I want it to be, 1.54. Now this is a product I can scale a little bit more with. My profit per sale before taking out ad costs is $42. So that means now my CPA, right, my cost per acquisition through ads, I can have more wiggle room. I can be profitable with a $25 to $35 CPA. Now, $35 is a little too high. I would want it to be no more than a $30 CPA, which is doable, which is so doable. And that's what I started to transition to over time. But I did, unfortunately, I scaled a lot of the, I made most of my money on this product with the AutoDS service, not the other service here, the other supplier here, BS Dropshipping. So a lot of this wasn't too profitable. Excuse me. Wasn't too profitable. Not nearly as profitable as I would want it to be. But that's fine. You live and you learn. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't continue to scale this. I kind of figured out about this a little too late. The other thing that I learned, so real quick pause before I get to the next point. Highly recommend you guys use BS Dropshipping. I have a link down in the description to sign up. They are a way better supplier and service tool. And also, this service here, this app, BS Dropshipping, is free. AutoDS is like 30 or 40 bucks a month. This is free. Now, you start off with 3 free quotes, meaning you can source and get 3 free sourcing requests. After that, though, you have to pay like $1 per sourcing request, which is still cheaper than paying 30, 40 bucks a month just to use the tool at AutoDS. So a really great team and really great staff. I chat and communicate with the team all the time. They have quick shipping, and also they allow you to add like custom packaging on your products. You can throw a logo in on your product and stuff like that. Actually, if I check my chat history right now, let's see if I have a message history. So right here, here's an example, right? So the agent here at BS Dropshipping threw my brand logo onto the packaging here that they're shipping out. Now, one of the things I was going to tell them to do is remove this. Sorry, you can't even see what I'm showing you. Yeah. So one of the things I was going to do is remove this Chinese lettering and stuff like that, which they would have done. But they would throw in your logo on your package. So it just gives it a more personalized feel too, which is really, really cool. So BS Dropshipping is amazing. Don't get scammed out of AutoDS like I did. Again, they're not a bad tool or service. It's just as a beginning dropshipper, which is what I am, I want to cut corners as much as possible and stay as profitable as possible. And I couldn't do that with a product like that and a service like that was charging so much more. So yeah, now let's get into another reason why I didn't scale this product as much as possible. More and more people are doing the Kalodata to Facebook ad method. And as everything and anything goes, right? The more people that start to do this type of stuff, the more easier it is to get saturated and commoditized. Right. And being commoditized, all that really means is that there's going to be so many other people in the market using these exact same videos. Your ad creatives fatigue so much faster. And that's exactly what happened. Ads fatigue quickly on Facebook, but they fatigue even faster when other people can just start running the exact same video. There's like no variance whatsoever. People are just copying the exact same video and launching it as an ad. Right. And that's the game. That's okay. Now, the smart dropshipper, what they'll do is they'll just take pieces of different people's ads and cut them together. And that's kind of what you're supposed to do, right? So if you're wondering, all right, if everyone's going to be doing this, does it make sense for me to do it? Yeah, you can still do it. You just got to be more diligent and spend more time actually piecing together different ads and eventually even ordering the product yourself and making your own ad creatives. Now, I eventually ordered the product and had one of my buddies here build it for me, but by that time, I was actually kind of already tired of this product and I wanted to move and pivot into a different product because I started seeing some better products come to life that I wanted to focus on. And that's what I'm doing now. But that's kind of pretty much one of the ultimate reasons why I stopped this brand and product. It was just kind of a little bit way too expensive. Even at $22, I feel like it was still kind of too expensive. And then that wasn't even so much the problem. The problem is that I wasn't able to mass produce a lot of ad creatives. Now, in one of my upcoming YouTube videos, I have a few really great YouTube videos planned over the next couple of weeks here. One of them will be going over how AI is going to take over dropshipping and how you can make a ton of ad creatives really quickly with AI. And it's really, really cool to see. But you have to stay tuned for that one. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that one. But it's ultimately one of the reasons why I had to stop this brand or this product test, because it just was too. I needed new creatives, like pretty much like 5 to 6 new creatives every single week, which was something I just didn't really care to do. Now, I also want to leave you guys with this note as well. I probably could have sit down and really try to figure out a way to just mass produce a ton of picture creatives with this. Now with ChatGPT's features and functions, it's actually really easy to do that. I even was going to test a little bit of AI ads as well, but I just feel like the resources and tools required to do that was just much more than I would want. So what I really want to do is just be able to order my product and make a ton of ad creatives myself, right? That's going to be the most affordable way to mass produce ad creatives versus just having to pay for all these tools and softwares. Now, I will be, like I mentioned, revealing a really cool strategy that I've been using to kind of mass test a lot of ad creatives now with AI. That's actually pretty affordable. But the product and store that I'm working on now is going to be something that is actually near and dear to me as well. So I know a lot of the people that watch me are men, and a lot of you guys understand that the women products are probably the most profitable. Makeup, shapewear, skincare, health products, right? Selling to women is the most prominent thing you can do when it comes to dropshipping stores. So for my guys out there, if you're looking to scale a brand that maybe correlates more with women that you as a man can't do, I totally understand that you're not going to be able to order the product and start testing it and making a ton of ad creatives yourself. Totally get that. But what I would recommend is that double check to make sure that you can't find a product that actually matters to you and something you can make videos on. You don't even need to necessarily show your face. The product and brand that I'm going to be doing, which is like a home decor kind of product, it's not something I'm going to be showing my face with, right? I'm literally going to be showing the product itself. So it means more to me. Like, it has a cool, unique feel that I resonate with more than just these building bear bricks. So I'm going to be able to mass produce ad creatives. And that's the biggest thing right now that I want you guys to understand. We're in the game of, if you're going to be running ads, Facebook ads with drop shipping, you have to be prepared to know how to make a ton of ad creatives every single week, because ad creatives fatigue quickly. People think products die out. No, this product right here isn't dead. You can still make a ton of money with this product. Like, for those of you that are like, maybe I should just copy this exact product, I wouldn't recommend it, just because naturally speaking, more people talk about a product like this, they'll go do it. But you can still make money with this. Like, I was getting sales after I turned off my ads. I think I turned my ads off. I actually turned my ads off like right around here. And I think I started getting more sales. Like, I think in the month of March, I got a few more sales or something like that. Yeah, in the month of March, I made like another 5K. So if I go from February to the 31st, yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, I made like 15K. I think I turned my ads off like here. And then I kept getting more sales after the fact. Yeah, which is really, really cool. But my point is, guys, like, the product isn't saturated. Like, it's not necessarily saturated. If we just do the last like 30 days here, they've done 415K in revenue. They've done almost $500,000 in revenue. This product is still good. Like, if I really wanted to, I could go and sit down and try making a ton of ad creatives and testing different ad creatives. I personally just don't want to. Like, and I know that sounds crazy. Like, yo, you don't want to make money? I do. And I do want to hit this goal of a 6-figure dropshipping month. But like, I don't resonate with this product as much. I feel like the angles, the marketing angles, I don't really resonate as much. And this brand is doing really good because the marketer, or the brand owner, is running a ton of ads as well on this through TikTok. And they're pumping out a ton of creatives. You got to think about it, right? We look at products like this that do really well, and we're like, man, they do 415K a month. But if you look here, look at the video revenue, right? Each of these, sorry, let me just go down here. Look at the revenue, right? They did 450K, 15K in the last 30 days, but each of these stores each of these videos rather, are all doing 10K revenue by itself. So like, you need so many different ad creatives, and you got to compete with this. And now you might be saying, Alex, don't you just download all these exact ones? Yeah, you can. But some of these say TikTok Shop in them. Some of them say the brand name Wink Toys. Some of them are just not really the best. So you're gonna have to be editing and tweaking and updating and changing, which is totally fine. What I'm gonna do, this is just my strategy. Not to say that this doesn't work. It can work really well. My strategy here is I'm waiting for my product to arrive. What I'm going to be doing is starting off with a little bit of organic marketing. I'm just going to be posting a ton of videos on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts, and then figuring out what video creatives of those products do really, really well. And I'm going to then turn those ones that do well organically into ads. And then that way I can make as much videos as I want, and I don't need to have to just make an edit and chop up and do a bunch of slicing of other people's videos. Because look, you guys got to remember, if you're trying to build a really successful 6-figure a month brand, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to just make a ton of quick, easy cash. I want to make a 6-figure brand that lasts. It makes sense to have your own pictures, your own videos, your own GIFs, your own everything, right? Your own material that you can say that's yours, versus just stealing a bunch of people's stuff all the time. Now, this strategy is viable to test and get a good proof of concept. But as soon as you get a good proof of concept, you got to order the product and start making videos yourself with the product and whatnot. And this is just a product that I really don't care to make videos with, and I don't really resonate that much with. I kind of just saw it, thought it was cool, tested it. It did really well, made some money. But I found another product that I can just do the same exact thing with, and it actually resonates with me, and I can scale long term. Hopefully that makes sense. And this is, again, just what I'm doing. This is not the law of the land, and you have to do exactly what I'm doing to be successful. There's so many ways to be successful. You can quite literally continue on with this strategy, edit a bunch of different videos, and scale if you want to, but that's just not what I'm looking to do. All right, guys. So with that being said, I have a really cool series coming up where I'm basically going to be helping one of my buddies take his brand new store from 0 to 10K a month. Stay tuned for that multi-part series. It's going to be releasing soon. And then I'm also going to be breaking down some AI stuff. I've been really getting in the weeds with AI dropshipping. I think it's like the coolest thing ever. There's so many different things you can test. So I'm going to be making some videos over the next couple of weeks, sharing that with you guys as well. So stay tuned, subscribe. We're going to be blowing up this channel soon, guys. You want to be a part of the journey, so make sure you follow along. And then if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram as well. All right. So with that being said, see you guys on the next one. Take care.